Today, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton arrived in Haiti, but much of her attention remains focused on Egypt. On Face the Nation, she was careful not to take sides other than the side of democracy.
What we are focused on now is a transition that will meet the needs of the Egyptian people and that will truly establish democracy.
The U.S. faces a delicate balancing act, not to tilt too heavily in favor of old ally Mubarak's autocratic regime or the protesters.
If you weigh in too heavily on the part of the protesters, not only are you not sure where they're headed, but you send a signal to our friends and allies around the world that we are a fickle ally and maybe are not trustworthy.
Egypt has been a moderating influence in the Arab world. It has a peace treaty with Israel. It's been an important broker for Israeli-Palestinian peace. It's cracked down on Islamic terrorists and defended against Iran's influence. Many worry about how the U.S. will be affected if things in Egypt get even worse.
Worse is bad for us from the perspective of what the opportunities it gives to al-Qaeda, it gives to the Islamists, and the possibilities that we could wind up with a very hostile regime in Egypt.
There are economic concerns as well. Violent protests in the city of Suez, near the Suez Canal, are making investors nervous. Egypt controls the canal, which links the oil-rich Gulf states to the Western world. 35,000 ships pass through the canal each year, including 2,700 crude oil tankers. The next fastest water route between Europe and Asia is 3 months and 12,000 miles longer around Africa. So far, the protests haven't disrupted canal traffic.
Crude oil futures rose more than $3 a barrel on Friday. Analysts worry oil could go from about $89 a barrel to more than $120. Gas is already 34 cents a gallon higher than last year here in the U.S. The last thing U.S. officials want now is a disruption in oil supplies. Russ?
Sharyl Attkisson in Washington, thanks a lot.